Ahoy, shipmates! Oh, croaky. There was a very early start in the port of Southampton. Lovely weather, though, I have to say. It's April time. But it was a very chilly morning. In fact, it was less than 5 degrees C. Wasn't expecting that. Was expecting a sunrise, though. And the day before, we had the maiden departure with press crew on board. All those sorts of people, YouTubers, not me, on the Celebrity Beyond. And there was an awful lot of mist, smoke from a couple of local heath fires. And the forecast today looked really good, so there was a couple of people who suggested it, and I thought that's a good suggestion, that it might be quite atmospheric this morning if there's a bit of that smoke lingering in the air and there's a sunrise. Could have an opportunity for some lovely photographs. Queen Mary 2 is on her way in. You can see her right before you. Just returning from 35 days in the Caribbean, I believe. Who wouldn't want to spend 35 days on the Queen Mary 2? Right, we're getting almost ready for that photo. Not bad, not bad. Managed to pull some colours out of the sky. You can also see the Spirit of Discovery in the distance on the right hand side there. Tried another one from a slightly different angle, cut out the Spirit of Discovery. I have to say, it's not as good as I was hoping colour wise. I'm not sure why. Then I took this one and I thought this one was the best one. Like the colours in the sky, just managed to get the sun rising just in front of the Queen Mary 2 there, near the captain's cufflinks. Yeah, I thought that was a good photograph. I was a little close, however. I could have done with probably pulling back quite a bit and giving the QE2 time travelling there. The Queen Mary 2 a bit of extra space in the frame. So there we go. That's a lesson for next time. Always something to learn. So I'd fly around the stern. The Queen Mary 2, very attractive stern, unusual compared to most other ships. Got a very rounded stern with a step in it. It's been modelled after a spoon, apparently. And of course, it's got a rakish back to it with all those swimming pools. Really elegant design, like a sports car. There we go. Not a bad little shot, but that just goes to show you the difference in colours without the rising sun in the background. It's I wouldn't say it looks flat, but it looks flat. Not as good as with the sun behind. Well, I thought that was quite good. I thought you'd be interested to see that. Yeah, I thought you'd be interested in that. Really interesting comparison between the sun rising behind the ship and the sun being in the sun. There's not enough sun to really do any justice. Not much to see, so I thought you'd all enjoy that one. Thank you for watching and hope you subscribed, and I'll see you next time. Not already. There's another ship coming in. It's the Spirit of Discovery. So we'll get a second go at doing some more sunrise shots. Could be better. I mean, sun could be a little bit higher. Could be a bit more colour in the sky. Or it could be worse, of course. Who knows? Let's whiffed over here. Let's see what we can see. Like I say, the conditions are ideal this morning. Hardly any wind, but a little on the chilly side. Not really enough cloud in the sky to give it enough detail, but we'll persevere, shall we? I'm sure we can get something from this set. The Spirit of Discovery, owned and operated by Saga Group. Launched in May of 2019, so a relatively new vessel. We have seen her in and out of the port a few times. Her first voyage was, in fact, around the UK. It seems like quite a fun little trip to do. Capacity for 999 passengers, all of whom are in the older generation, which, if that's what you're after, probably suits you down to a T. There'll be no children running around on this one. And 523 crew. Seems like a fairly decent ratio there. Spirit Discovery has restaurants, theatre, fitness and wellness centres, and of course the obligatory bars and restaurants. I would say that rather unusually, there are 100 cabins specifically designed for solo passengers. Seems like a jolly good idea, doesn't it? She's getting closer now. I think it'll still be a little while before she gets close enough, but we're getting there. 236 metres long, so on the smaller side, and 10 passenger decks in total. Sponsored by Camilla, the Duchess of Cornwall. There we go, we're just starting to see the reflection of the sun on the water now. I think that's improved. I don't think we had that with Queen Mary 2. So it's surprising how in just a few minutes the lighting conditions change, and then a few more minutes and they're all gone. We're trying to coordinate the ship movements with the sun and the wind and the clouds in the sky. It's almost impossible. It's looking very serene. I do like the blue hull. I know the Queen Mary 2 has a blue hull. I think I'm rather partial to a blue hull. I feel it's time for a photo. That's rather pleasing, isn't it? That's a lovely set of colours there in the sky. Ooh, great looking reflection on the water as well. A lot of colour in that water, some greens as well by the port side and orange in that reflection. I haven't framed it particularly well though, a little tight on the stern there. Should have given it a bit more space. I'm a bit close today. I tried another one. I think this is an improvement again. I've got a lovely shadow there of the bow. A little more space around the stern. Oh, that was a definite improvement, that one. I think the second one was the best one. I often find that when taking photographs, I do tend to take 3 or 4 or 5. And normally it's the best one, the last one that's the best, typically, or the one before last. I start, as they're moving, I can move the drone around and change my location. You can see here I've fiddled with the colours of the picture, which they look much better on the still pictures than the video. The video looks rather sort of washed out by comparison, but the video is fairly accurate to the real life. The photographs are slightly exaggerated in their colour balance, but it does lead to quite a pretty image, I feel. Saga partnered with Siemens to employ the Siemens SIS HIP, or I suppose it could be ship side pods, some complicated name, for the ship's propulsion and power distribution system. It's powered by 4 9-cylinder common rail MAN engines with selective catalytic reduction, each producing 5,400 kilowatts for a total of 21,600 kilowatts, or in old-fashioned language, 29,000 horsepower. This also manages to recover heat through waste, rather than just exhausting it outside. Spirit of Discovery is also built to polar code. It's rather interesting, isn't it? I have a feeling she may go up to Alaska and that sort of area, or perhaps it's the North Pole. Right, she's swung around a bit more. I'm going to try for another photograph now. I know these didn't come out too well with the Queen Mary 2, but I'm going to hope something happens. Poor framing. Very dull on the colour fronts, isn't it? It's not my best effort, I have to say. Could do better. I'm going to give you a C+ for that one, Captain. Actually, no, I'll give you C-. No, I'll give myself a D. No, that's not very good at all. But what I did notice was when I was standing, doing my spotter droning and looking at the drone, I thought to myself, do you know what, I can get a good reflection off the side of the ship if I'm lower. Now, it's something I don't normally do because it doesn't really look like I'm in the air. It looks like I'm on the ship or somewhere else. But if you go lower, look at this. Get a reflection. I wasn't getting that earlier off the Queen Mary 2, so this is an improvement. Might be able to get something exciting here. I've always wanted to try and get reflections off the side of the ships. Never managed to quite arrange it, so I'll need to go back. No, maybe to the right a bit. Oh, this is tricky, isn't it? Where do I go? I don't know. No, let's try photo. I like the reflection on the water coming off the ship. Not very happy with the composition though, although that is tricky because everything's moving. And if you want the reflection, you have to be in the place where you can see it. Tried another one. The ship is centrally located in the frame. Lovely bit of reflection of the water though, but I don't like the composition of that one. The colours aren't brilliant. Very unrewarding, isn't it, really? Tricky that. I'm going to have to think about this in the future. And of course, also, don't forget, as these ships come in the morning, it's often the sunrise that I catch, but they come in at different times, and the sun rises earlier and earlier, so it's quite complicated to get the same set of circumstances to try and produce a better result. But I'm quite enjoying this reflection on the video here. I think this is rather... I think actually it works better having a reflection on the video than it does for the photographs. Maybe I should employ this technique more often. Well, the Queen Mary 2 is heading off to the upper swing ground. And then the Spirit here is just going to dock just here. So I might see if I could just get one last photograph in, see if I can get both ships in with a bit of reflection from the sun. Oh, I think Spirit has just moved out of the way slightly. Oh, let's give it a go. Well, I like the colours better on this one, and some clouds have come in now. That's giving a bit of texture in the sky. You can see Queen Mary to the background. That's not so bad. The Horizon terminals over there on the right. Yeah, okay. That's not bad. That's pleasing. That is. That's not bad at all. I could give myself a B for that one, maybe a B minus. Well, I thought perhaps you'd like to see some early morning shots there, shipmates. Hope you've enjoyed this little film, and if you have enjoyed it, please do think about subscribing, because that helps promote the channel. And I'd just like to thank all of my Patreons, PayPal donors, and members of the channel. I do realise I need to do some sort of little thank you video at the end of these things. Always something to do. In the meantime, I shall just have the images going by at the end so you can enjoy them. And if you're interested in the images, they are available on my Instagram, and also if you become a member of the channel, you can get full resolution copies of them. I must remember to upload those as well. Well, hope you enjoyed that one, shipmates. And until next time.